Welcome to our channel. I'm Mimi.
And I'm Kiki. We've got a lot of great recipes for you, so let's get cooking. Hi, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to my kitchen. If you can hear that, those are my dogs and they're probably going to be a distraction for me today, but we're going to get through this together. So today we are going to be making some homemade chicken tenders. This is a recipe that my family and I love. I make it for them frequently and I cannot wait to show you, so let's get cooking. So I'm going to try to get through this pretty quickly. We all know that as the light goes down outside, my house gets darker inside too because my lighting here is terrible. We are working on upgrading that, but this is what it is for now. One of the first things we're going to do is put some plain flour into a mixing bowl. And then in a second mixing bowl, we are going to add 1 cup of buttermilk. Now, if you don't have buttermilk, if you don't use buttermilk, you can make your own by taking 1 cup of regular milk and 1 tablespoon of vinegar or lemon juice. Add it directly to the milk, stir it so that it combines, and then you're just going to let it sit for a few minutes. In a third larger bowl, this is where you're going to have all of your seasoned ingredients. So you're going to start with 2 cups of all-purpose flour. To the 2 cups of flour, we are going to add 1 tablespoon of garlic powder, a tablespoon of onion powder, a teaspoon of paprika, a teaspoon of salt, and about 1/2 teaspoon of pepper. And just whisk all of your dry ingredients together to make sure everything is combined. Now on my stove, I have about 1.5 to 2 inches of cooking oil in a pot. I'm going to turn this on about medium until it reaches 350 degrees Fahrenheit. That's when I know that it's going to be okay for me to put my seasoned chicken in to boil, but we're going to start heating that oil up now. So I just went to the store and I got some boneless, skinless tenders. And I'm going to take them out of the package, dab them with a paper towel just to kind of get any extra moisture off of there. And then I'm going to start adding them to my mixtures. I did notice that I didn't have quite enough buttermilk for all of these chicken tenders, so I did add an extra cup of milk and an extra tablespoon of the vinegar just to give myself a little more buttermilk. So we have our 3 bowls here. This is our plain flour, this is our buttermilk, this is our seasoned flour. What I'm going to do is take some of our buttermilk and I'm going to add it into our seasoned flour mixture. Just going to pour in just a little bit. And then I'm going to kind of like claw it around to make it kind of craggy looking. This is going to cause the batter to stick a little better and give us the beautiful crispy pieces on the chicken of the batter. I need a little bit more. Now you don't want all of your seasoned flour to be wet. You just want it to have kind of like pea-sized batter that sticks together. So you kind of use your fork in a clawing motion to kind of break it up and open it all the way around. So I'm going to start with our first piece of chicken. I'll drop it in the unseasoned batter. And then I will use a spoon to kind of scoop it around, or I'll just use my bowl and flip it around like this to get it completely covered. Once that's covered, I'm going to take it out. shake off the excess, and then put it into the buttermilk. While I'm letting that sit, I'm going to grab another piece of chicken and do the same thing in the unseasoned flour. Just kind of flip it around. You're going to make sure that both sides of the chicken are covered in the buttermilk. We're going to let that drain a little bit, and then we're going to move it to the seasoned flour. So we're going to move the batter around to cover everything, and then we'll pick it up, we'll move it to a wire rack to let it rest for about 10 minutes. And then we're going to keep doing that with all of our chicken, just moving it from bowl to bowl, making sure that everything is completely covered. So I have 5 finished right now. We're going to go ahead and pop those in the hot oil. So the oil is hot, and I'm going to start putting our chicken in just like 1 or 2 pieces at a time. And I'm going to let it cook for about 3 to 5 minutes, checking the internal temperature on it as we go. Now for this particular recipe, I typically use a fryer, like a deep fryer. I wanted to show this particular method because not everybody out there has a deep fryer, but most people have a pot that they can put some oil in, so I'm doing it this way. You just have to make sure that when you are testing the temperature of the oil, it is around 350 before you start to fry it. Otherwise it can come out a little burned. So just make sure that the oil is at 350 and that the chicken stays in 4 to 5 minutes, and the internal temperature of the chicken is 165 degrees before you remove it. Don't they look good?
Okay, so is that all?
No, I've got these to do still. But back up, that oil is very hot, son.
Okay, so when all those are done, can I pick them out of there?
No, you may not pick them out of there.
Mama, I'll be careful.
No, son.
Okay.
So here we go with the taste test for my homemade chicken tenders, which are amazing. I'm hoping they're amazing this time too. So you can see it. It is very tender, very juicy. The chicken is perfection. The batter is so good. You can make so many different variations on the batter, just whatever it is that you prefer. I've done it with some red pepper flake before, some cayenne, if you want a little kick to it, a little heat to it. If you just are looking for a seasoned batter, the one that I did tonight just works perfectly. So again, a favorite of my family. We all love this. It is time consuming, I'm going to tell you, and it's going to take a lot of dishes because you've got the 3 different bowls, you've got the measuring cups, the measuring spoons, the pot of oil, the draining pans. There is a lot of prep work with this, but we love it, and I make it for my family frequently. We also make our own kind of dipping sauces, and we will do a future episode of different dipping sauces that we make. So keep an eye out for that. But this was my homemade chicken tenders recipe, and I hope you enjoy it. So give me a like, a comment, a thumbs up, and subscribe to our channel, and we will see you on the next one. Bye.